Right now in Myrtle Beach, you can actually buy a brand new home, fresh construction, never been lived in, and your monthly payment could actually be lower than on a resale home that costs less. How does that even make any sense? I'm gonna show you why that's happening and why it actually puts you, as someone thinking about relocating here, in a really interesting position right now. By the end of this video, you're going to understand this market better than most people who already live here. But first, let me give you the 30-second version of what's going on, because the big picture will make everything else click. So here's the deal. The Myrtle Beach housing market in 2026 is really two separate markets happening at the same time. You've got the resale market, that's homes that have been lived in before, and then you've got the new construction market. And right now, these two markets are behaving completely different from each other. Different inventory, different pricing, different price pressure, different incentives, different buyer experience. Almost everything about them is different. So when someone asks me, how's the Myrtle Beach market doing? My answer is always which market, because depending on which market you're shopping in, you're gonna be experiencing something totally different. Let's break them down, starting with resale. And look, the resale market actually has some really good news for buyers right now. And to understand why, you need to understand one thing first, and that's the lock-in effect. Here's what's happening on the resale side. A ton of homeowners across the country, and right now here in Myrtle Beach, locked in mortgage rates back when they were around 3 to 4%, some even lower. And right now, mortgage rates are sitting above 6%. So think about this. If you're a homeowner sitting on a 3.5% rate, are you really gonna sell your home and give up that rate and then go buy another house at 6 or 7%? For most people, the answer, absolutely not. Not unless they have to. That's called the lock-in effect. And here's what it does to the market. It filters out casual sellers. Nobody is listing their house just to test the market anymore. The sellers who are on this market right now are people who genuinely have to move. They have job relocation, life changes, family situations, real reasons. And that changes the entire dynamic of negotiation. So what is the data actually showing us? Now here's where it gets really interesting for you as a buyer, because those motivated sellers, the ones who have to move, they've been sitting on the market longer than they expected. Homes in the resale market are averaging between 119 to 155 days on market. That's a long time. In a hot market, homes like that were gone in days. There's about 4.8 months of supply for single family homes. That's more choices than buyers have had in years. The median prices are running between $322,000 and $342,000. And here's the stat I love. The sale to list ratio is 97%. That means on average, resale homes are selling 3% below asking price. So if you find a resale home listed at $350,000, statistically, you might be able to get it for around $340,000. That's real money. That's negotiating room that didn't exist the last 2 to 3 years. So let's put it all together. The lock-in effect has cleared the casual seller, leaving you with a pool of motivated owners who need to close. And they've been waiting long enough that they're very flexible right now. That's a powerful position to negotiate from. And really quick, before I get into new construction, I've actually put together a 29-page guide that breaks down everything you need to know before buying new construction here in Myrtle Beach. From builders' red flags to what incentives to actually ask for and how to negotiate what your contract looks like. It's completely free. The link is in the description. Grab it now or grab it after this video. Either way, if you're even remotely considering new construction, you're gonna want this in your hands before you even walk into a model home. Okay, so that's the resale market. Now here's where things really get interesting, because the new construction market is playing a completely different game. And frankly, some of what the builders are doing right now is kind of genius. New construction is absolutely dominating the Myrtle Beach market right now. And I mean that literally. Nearly 50% of all single-family homes sold in this area last year were brand new builds. That's half the market. That's a massive number. So why is everyone gravitating towards new construction? It comes down to one word: incentives. Builders are paying more money upfront to lenders to buy down your interest rates. That's called a mortgage rate buy down. So even though the market right now is above 6%, some builders are offering buy rates in the mid 5% range. I just saw a builder offering 1.9% interest rate on move-in-ready homes. That's on a permanent basis for the life of the loan. That's not a gimmick. That's real significant difference in your monthly payment. Some builders are doing what's called a 2-1 buy down, where your rate is artificially lowered for the first 2 years of your loan to make those early payments even easier. And that is super common right now in this market. On top of the rate buy downs, builders in Horry counties are contributing anywhere between $3,000 to $17,000 towards closing costs. That's cash that you don't have to bring to the table. For a first-time home buyer or someone relocating, that can be the difference between being able to make a move and not. Now, the average close price on a new construction home in Horry County is around $446,000. That is higher than resale on paper. But when you factor in the lower interest rates and the closing costs help, your actually monthly payment on a new construction home can end up being lower than a cheaper resale home. That's the thing people miss. The sticker price isn't the whole story. The monthly payment is the whole story. And builders know this. They're not competing on price. They're competing on monthly payment. And right now, they're winning. So now you understand both markets. The obvious question is, which one is actually right for you? And the honest answer is, it depends on a few things. Let me walk you through how I think about it with my relocation clients. Here's my honest take as someone who's helped people relocate here every single week. Go resell if you want to maximize negotiating power and a lower entry price point. You're okay with a home needing cosmetic updates, or you want to be in an established neighborhood with mature trees, maybe a specific school zone or a specific area of Myrtle Beach. Resale gives you more geographic flexibility. You can find something in a more established community that new construction isn't building in. Go new construction if you want the lowest possible monthly payment and you care more about the total cost of ownership. Or if you want a brand new home with builder warranty, nothing to fix, nothing to update, just move in. And honestly, if you're relocating from out of state, new construction often offers the easier path. You pick your home, you lock in your incentives, and you know exactly what you're getting. And one thing I have to tell you about new construction, please don't walk into a builder's model home without your real estate agent. I know it feels casual. I know they're super friendly. The homes are beautiful, but that agent sitting at the welcome desk, they work for the builder and not you. As a former law enforcement officer, this is my favorite saying. Anything you say to the builder's rep can and will be held against you in negotiation. You tell them that you're pre-approved for $400,000, they know your ceiling. You tell them that this is your dream community, they know that you're emotionally invested. You tell them that you need to buy before June, they know your deadline. Treat the first conversation like you're being recorded, because in every way that matters in negotiation, you are. Having your own agent costs you little to nothing in most cases. The vast majority of builders, we're talking about 99% of them here in this market, pay for the buyer's agent commission in full. Before you book a flight, reserve a hotel, and start planning anything else, this is the one thing you need to do first. Now look, I know that some of you are watching this from another state, maybe sitting on your couch in Ohio, New York, or Texas thinking, okay, this was helpful, but I have no idea where to even start with a move like this. That's exactly why I do the one-on-one relocation strategy calls. Just you and me, where I map out your entire move to Myrtle Beach before you even set foot on a plane. We talk about your budget, your timeline, which areas of Myrtle Beach actually fit your lifestyle, whether resale, new construction makes more sense for your situation specifically. And I give you a clear, honest picture of what your buying process is going to look like from start to finish. No sales pitch, no pressure, just real conversation with someone who's done this every single week. These calls fill up fast, so I only take a limited amount each month. The link to book your one-on-one strategy call is going to be linked in the description below. It only takes 30 seconds, so grab a spot today. Or just scan this QR code right here on the screen.